If you chose pile number 3 with the Steampunk Tarot, the aragonite cluster, the charoite tumble, and the white howlite sphere, then this is your reading. Now, how I do readings is I use both definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And today we are using the Two of Pentacles to ask the question, what in our material life needs balance? And right off the bat, there's something that is coming that you're not seeing. There is an unknown factor here. You can feel it. It's tangible. You know there's something on the horizon, but you're just not sure what it is. And because of that uncertainty, you're a little bit scared of it. And that fear energy is actually delaying its appearance. Okay? What is coming does bring a certain amount of spotlight. Okay? And that may be part of the fear factor. People knowing who you are, what you do, what you're about. And there are positive aspects to this, a great many positive aspects to this, with the Queen of Pentacles coming, okay, next to this. But there also can be negative, naysayers, gossipers, what have you, okay? And they're asking you to set these fears aside and not worry about what other people are going to think or say about you during your glow up, because I'm definitely seeing a glow up, a blow up, really, of wealth and some fame in whatever way that looks for you, some renown, okay? But the language of the fan, that whole come thither, stay away, go away, that sort of thing, is coming through. So veiling in whatever way. And veils aren't just over the head, okay? We all think of them in that way, but it's not just that when it comes to spirituality. Her gloves that she's wearing, that's a form of veiling and protection. The fan that she's holding, that's a form of veiling and protection. What she has in her hair, symbols on her fan or on her body, whatever it is, using protections, ways of protecting yourself and veiling yourself from negative energies, will be of great benefit to you during this time of your glow up. And it's really quite something. Your soul is stunning to behold. And the very card that drew us into this, the Two of Pentacles, you are going to be moving rather swiftly with forward momentum here, a lot of which you will be the one doing most of the heavy lifting and the work. It's you that is the thing that drives it forward. It is your energy, your soul, your internal beauty, your love that is driving this vehicle, this machine forward into the future. You are going to be bringing light to dark places, okay? And the other side is letting you know that they will be supporting you with this. They will be providing you with the extra energy that you do need. They're just asking you to please maintain balance. Balance your spiritual and practical sides of life. Make sure you're practicing self-care and not just giving all the time. Also, for some of you, there is an urge to run from this. Whether you feel like you haven't earned it or you don't deserve it, or the way you were raised has left you with a sour taste about money in your mouth, or there's something from your past you're afraid might be revealed, or someone you love has something in their past you might be revealed. They're asking you not to worry about that, okay? They are protecting you. What needs to be revealed will be revealed, and what doesn't need to be revealed won't. All right? And there's going to come a point when you're just going to have to accept that and move on. Now, if there's something that needs to be done, such as, you need to sue someone for libel or something like that, then, do what you need to do to protect yourself. I'm not saying not to in that way. I personally am not a litigious person. It makes me very uncomfortable. But when you reach this level of money and fame that I am seeing for some of you here, sometimes that's necessary. It's just sometimes part of it, okay? Now, not everyone and everything will be able to come with you on this journey. Not everyone's meant to. And there's going to be some things that you're going to know that are going to be revealed to you about the universe, how it operates, how the world works, how energy flows. I'm getting that some of you are going to understand the concepts of Yggdrasil quite intimately, perhaps even travel those energetic pathways. Okay, there's going to be these equations of the universe that you're going to understand. And not everyone else is going to. All right. In fact, a lot of this you're going to know secretly within your own heart, within your own soul. And not all of it will you be sharing, but some of it you will. Okay. And this will require you to leave old ideas behind, old ways of thinking, feeling, with this new information, these new downloads that you're going to receive. And you're going to be moving forward in a way that not everyone can go with you. I'm also getting that some of you may be time walkers, whether in your sleep or when you zone out when you're awake or something like that. And be careful. But also, I'm getting that you're going to be gaining a lot of knowledge through this. A lot of knowledge through this. And you're going to be able to incorporate that into your practice and to use it so that you have a better understanding, and you're going to begin to gain some control over that ability. Okay? Some of you may be seers, some of you may be time walkers. Some of you may see the invisible threads of the universe. Some of you may be weavers. Okay? I'm getting a message that for some of you, it might benefit you to watch or read the TV series or book series called A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. And while this is a work of fiction, it may give you some insights into some of the things that are going on with you and your own personal power and spirituality. Okay? All right, let's look at the aragonite cluster. Aragonite works with generosity, centering, and conservancy energies. It helps with the sacral and root chakra. Aragonite nurtures a deep connection to the planet. This grounding stone is imbued with earth energy, inspiring an appreciation of nature and the desire to protect and aid the environment. If you get lost in the clouds or are detrimentally distracted by fantasies, it's a gentle reality revealer. Aragonite shows the truth in a situation or relationship and provides the insight and acceptance to deal with it. It can lift a mental fog and bring a situation into focus. Aragonite increases patience and helps center thoughts and emotions. It also boosts energy, both physical and emotional. Healers believe it calms the nervous system, abating restlessness, twitching, and spasms. For personal use, hold aragonite before meditating to draw grounding energy and settle into your body. At home, it can enhance awareness of the way daily life wears and tears on the earth, inspiring environmentally conscious efforts. And at work, it can especially stabilizing when you're spread too thin or are lacking sleep. And I am getting there for those of you that are time walkers or seers. This is really going to be of benefit to you. Sometimes when you have those special gifts, you're not entirely certain what's real and what's not. You're not entirely certain what dimension you're in at a given point in time. One of the signs, and I'll share this with you a little bit, one of the signs that I've encountered in my work with people over the years is that you'll be having a conversation and they remember something completely different than you do, and they're 100% convinced that something happened or didn't happen. And you are just as 100% convinced the other way. All right? You have the vivid memories of it happening. You know that it happened, but the other person's like, no, no, it was this way. Okay, so like for example, say you're going through a closet with somebody, right? And they run into something like, that's not mine. It's like, yeah, it is. It's like, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. You got it for Christmas. No, I didn't. Yeah, you did. I was there. I watched you open it. And you have this whole conversation, and they're like, absolutely not. And this thing's been there for forever, right? For one person, but it's not been there for the other person. Um, or you might have a discussion where somebody thinks you said something that you know for a fact you didn't say. All right. These can represent, I'm not saying that's always the case. It's absolutely not always the case, but these can represent slips. All right, slips in the dimensional, the veil, the time. Okay. Now, I know this sounds crazy. All right, I do. I understand. Um, but there are a great many things that we do not know or understand in this life. There are a great many things that were labeled as craziness or evil that now are a mere matter of everyday life for us that are science, right? The microwave, radio waves, being able to flip a switch and lights coming on. This was madness. This was considered evil. The notion that any of these things could happen, flying machines, whatever have you, and throughout different cultures. And yet here we are today. It's as normal as the nose on my face, right? This phone I'm using to record this message operates off of crystal quartz, right? The same energy I am using here to help you with crystals, okay? And yet it's considered to be foolishness or madness or craziness, all right? The science is there. Physicists, theoretical physicists, and quantum physicists have discovered that there are a possible infinite number of dimensions. All right. Water has energy and reacts to emotion and to words. Science has shown this. All right. So be careful who and what you label as crazy, including yourself. All right. If you do have a mental illness, by all means, please do seek assistance. There's no need to suffer when medical science can assist you. But if you are someone who has been gifted with the sight, or with travel, or with any of those other things, okay? Labeling yourself as crazy when you're not does nobody any good, especially not yourself. Learning how to use and control your gifts is the most sane and safest thing that you can do for yourself, okay? Now, aragonite can help ground you and differentiate between these slippages, okay? And will help you be able to harness that a bit better. But it requires that meditative relationship with it, okay? Now we're also going to look at charoite. Charoite works with energies of generosity, acceptance, and illumination, working with the crown, third eye, and heart chakras. Charoite marries spiritual energy with deep heart chakra love. This high vibration stone has some powerful effects. It will remind you to be present in the here and now, while helping you accept the past and whatever the future may bring. It's a wonderful tool for enhancing empathy and inspiring the desire to be of service to others. Charoite can help you overcome fear and nurture the courage you need to get through a challenging or difficult time. It stimulates your body's energy flow and can inspire a great proliferation of positivity. It also opens a connection to the divine, creating space for spiritual guidance and insight. Healers believe it strengthens physical resilience as well. For personal use, keep near you as a reminder to live in the moment. At home, it helps make service to others a priority in a household. And at work, it can increase motivation and reduce procrastination. Okay, so this is another very important one for those of you that have the sight or travel. Also, for general use for anyone, this is an absolutely excellent and effective stone for helping to open up blockages of your third eye chakra and your crown chakra. But by placing this stone over your third eye for meditation and chakra alignment, you actually can physically feel it working. This is something I have seen and experienced both. It creates like a tingling of sorts that's quite noticeable, actually. Sometimes if there's a blockage over your third eye, it will feel like a band when you go to clear a blockage and you do a crystal alignment. It can sometimes feel like there's a band across there, and this is an excellent one for helping to deal with that. Okay. And then howlite, white howlite. I am getting a message. And this won't be for everyone, and it's not meant to make anybody paranoid, and forgive me because I know all of these things can sound a little out there. But if some of you were bound, maybe from birth or from a previous life, where a parent or family member knew you were gifted, knew what you were, never told you they knew, or maybe did and just didn't like you for it, and bound you energetically, that this right here, okay, will help to remove that binding. All right, be careful. Protect your mental and spiritual and physical stability in all of these rituals and exercises. Okay. And to aid with that side of things, white howlite aids with calm, self-awareness, and openness. Works with the crown and root chakras. Howlite offers a wonderful dichotomy. It attunes the mind to a higher consciousness while offering a subtle grounding. It stills the mental chatter of anxiety and stress, perfect preparation for meditation or a deep and restful sleep. Howlite stimulates inspiration and creativity, opening the mind to fresh ideas. It tempers anger and calms fiery emotions. It will enhance your decency and integrity, which makes it particularly helpful for honest communication in difficult situations. If you procrastinate, use it to shift away from that behavior. Howlite is a stone that promotes preventative care and is believed to strengthen bones and teeth. For personal use, if you wrestle with a short temper, keep a piece of howlite in your pocket. At home, it can enhance an environment of openness and productivity. And at work, it can be helpful when brainstorming, especially in group settings. I'm getting, for some of you, a support group. Kevin, something like that might be a benefit. Also, I'm being told to tell those of you who are travelers to anchor if you're afraid that you're not going to be able to come back. Like if you're having these feelings like someday you just might not. Anchor yourself to a person that you love. Love is the most powerful energy of the universe. Okay? It is the most powerful energy of existence. Anchoring yourself to someone that you love, someone that you're bound to by blood or by soul, by emotion, okay, as a point to come back and return to can be very, very helpful. Because when say, any other thing that you may or may not have formed an attachment to doesn't quite work and you feel yourself slipping away, anchoring, knowing that person, that point, that sometimes it's a place, is home, can help you find your way back. Okay? And for those of you that know someone who is a traveler, there's a protection spell, or who's a seer or a traveler, either one, or for anyone in your sphere that you love and care about, there's a protection spell that I use, that I created, called Blood of My Blood, Soul of My Soul. Okay? So that it works with your blood family and your soul family. And if you are interested in learning more about that, you can let me know. I published it recently in part in a free metaphysical e-zine with some other people, and I'll send you a free link to it so that you can have that for your Book of Shadows. Also, if you are interested in knowing more about any subject that I may discuss during a reading, feel free to reach out to me and let me know, hey, I'd like to see a video on this subject and know more about it. Or, hey, I would like to see an article on this subject and know more about it, and I'll see what I can do to help you. Okay? Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always. And you've got this, all right? Do not fear your gifts. Do not fear who you are. You are a gloriously beautiful soul who is meant to do amazing things on this planet in this lifetime. All right? And it changes the world. It shifts the paradigm. All right? It is extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. I hope that this helps, guys. Bye.